We are back. Preseason NFL Power Rankings. Sorry, I'm recording this on Madden. My phone decided to stop recording long-term videos. So for just hopefully this one gonna be on Madden. But anyway, getting right into it at number 32, going down 5 spots from where they ended last season, we have the New Orleans Saints. Their roster is a complete mess. The only established guys they really have are veterans. We look at Demario Davis, Alvin Kamara. These are guys who are high 20s, early 30s. Some even, in their mid 30s. This is a team where I just don't see working out. They have a bunch of young quarterbacks, Jay Kaner, Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shuck. Don't think any of them are going to pan out, but one of them, assuming they, stick with the three they have, is going to end up being the starter. So, with that being said, they get to be 32. Number 31, we have the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Browns, bit of a different story. They have a promising roster. It's just their quarterback situation that I'm not a fan of. I mean, Joe Flacco could be good. Dylan Gabriel, Shador. I mean, any of the guys could be good. Any player could be good. I just don't see it happening. I think this will be a team that, unless, like I said, one of the quarterbacks play miracle ball, I don't think it's going to work out. Their roster is actually really good, in my opinion. But quarterback is a huge part of the game, and, well, if you don't have a good quarterback, then you're going to have a tough time winning. So, because of that, they're staying the same at 31. Also staying the same, number 30, we have the New York Giants. Giants, well, I like their quarterback situation a bit more than the Browns. However, their roster is a different story. The only real guys they have proven is Dexter Lawrence. That's the only one I'm really, solidified he's good. Andrew Thomas. That's it. You have an interesting quarterback situation. Russell Wilson is at the moment the starter, which I actually do like. You have a young first rounder in Jackson Dart, and you have Jameis Winston, who's been an excellent backup. You have a lot of young potential with guys like Malik Neighbors, who had a really good season last year. Will he have a sophomore slump? We don't know yet. Tyrone Tracy, he looked promising. We just need to see how it plays out first. I'm not confident in this team at the moment, so because of that, number 30. Number 29, staying the same. We have the Tennessee Titans. Now, the big thing about the Titans is nothing really. They don't have any standout player, I feel like. It's just a bunch of mid guys. When I look at their roster, L'Jarius Sneed, he didn't have as great as a season I was hoping he would have with the Titans. Jeffrey Simmons, he's good, but I think he's a bit overrated personally. Now, with that being said, that's it. Those are really the only guys. It's a lot of question marks, but I need to see. They drafted Cam Ward. I think he'll have a pretty good rookie season. I don't think it'll be on the levels of like Jaden Daniels or CJ Stroud. I don't think they'll be even close to a playoff team, but at the moment, I do think there is, a lot of promise. I think this is going to be a year where they just see what's going to happen. After this, I think they're going to figure out, oh, we need to address this position. We need to address this. And after this year, I think we'll start seeing the Titans become contenders again. Number 28, we have the Raiders. They're going to be going down nowhere. They're saying the same, actually. I actually love the Raiders roster. I think it's really good on paper. It's just a lot of these guys have not played a single game in a Raiders uniform. Geno Smith. Pete Carroll's the head coach now. They got a new head coach. You got, guys like Ashton Jeanty, you drafted 6 overall. A lot of potential there. I just don't know if it's going to work out with all of these guys. They have a lot of established players. I mean, Max Crosby, top 3, top 5 defensive player. On paper, they look good. We need to see them play, though. Not to mention, the AFC West, 3 playoff teams, good luck. Number 27, we have the Miami Dolphins. They're going to be going down 8 spots, which is actually going to be the biggest drop-off of this episode. The big thing about the Dolphins is we look at their if you look at their players on this, the 5 players, Tyreek Hill, he does not want to be there. He has addressed that multiple times. Jalen Ramsey, no longer there. Tron Armstead, retired, I believe. Tua, constant injuries. Jalen Waddle is the only one on this 5-player page that has promise. I think this team could be good. It's just going to be, like I said, a lot of these bottom teams, a lot of these middle of the pack teams, the question marks have to work out. The Dolphins are going to be one of the bigger ones because looking at their cornerback room, it's a bunch of guys who I haven't really heard of in a few years or ever. Storm Duck, I know who he is. I don't know where he was drafted, if he even got drafted. Mike Hilton, he's old. So, like, and I don't even know who their other corner is. That's the big issue. They could be good because they have established guys. Tyreek Hill at the moment, Jalen Waddle, as we said, Devon A-Chain. They have the players to be good. It's just, can the players who, you know, either aren't good or haven't established who they are yet, can they be good? I just don't think the answer is yes at the moment. Maybe in a few years' time, but not this year. 26, we have the Jets going down 2 spots. The Jets have a really good roster. They have a new head coach and they have a new quarterback. That's going to be the two big question marks. Can Justin Fields finally perform well? He's performed like a below average quarterback. Definitely not the worst, definitely not the best. He's one of those guys who I think is the perfect bridge quarterback. Aaron Glenn, he came off of dominant years in Detroit. Can he have success at the head coaching level, or is he kind of going to be bound down to a coordinator position? The good thing for the Jets is the Dolphins, they're iffy. I think they're going to be bad, as you can tell. The Patriots, they're going to be a very hit or miss team this year. And the only real competition is the Bills, which I don't think are going to surpass them, obviously. But with that being said, second place in the division, that could be yours. So the Jets have what it takes to be a good team. It's just, can they put it all together? 25, we have the Pomphers. They're going to be going down 3 spots. Same thing as the Jets. I really like their roster on paper. I just need to see it. Bryce Young, we saw him take the step from year 1 to year 2, but we need to see him take another step. The way he played last year was good, but I don't think it's starter caliber on most teams. I think he's, like I said, a good bridge quarterback. One of those guys who is a fringe starter, fringe backup. One of those who will probably cycle between teams. We need to see him take the next step. I think he can. I'm a big Bryce believer. I need to see it though. We need to see these receivers. We saw Adam Thielen. He cannot be the best receiver at his age. Xavier Legette, we need to see him take a step up. We need to see Ted McMillan. We need to see him, show rookie promise. They have a good roster on paper. We just need to see it. Look at the positions there. Derek Brown, J.C. Horn. That's a pretty good duo right there on defense. They have the roster. Can they get it done? Not to mention, look at their division. I have the Saints as the worst teams for a reason. The Falcons going to depend on quarterback play. The Panthers could easily slide into second here. We just had to see if they can. 24, we have the Colts. Yeah, they're going down 7 spots. I think this is probably one of the best underrated rosters in the league. I think it's really good. You see it. All these players that you see, the 5 players, they're still on this team. It's going to come down to Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones. Whoever ends up starting, they need to play well. Anthony Richardson cannot afford to have another lackluster year. This is, his job is on the line. He might not even be the week 1 starter. It's like that big of an issue. Daniel Jones, I believe he's a good backup. Does he have what it takes to be a starter? Was it the Giants? Maybe a change of scenery will, help him out. I think they have a chance. Look at their division. The Titans, I have them ranked low for a reason. The Jaguars, yes, they've made a lot of good improvements, but it's the same thing as, what I said with the Raiders. A lot of players who haven't played for that team before. We got to see how they do. And then the Texans, well, they've kind of made the playoffs by default just by winning that division. So we need to see more out of, all these teams in the division. The Colts, if they can do it, they could, I could say for any one of these teams, though, anyone could win this division at this point. Next, we have the Falcons, number 23, down 2 spots. I actually like the Falcons roster a lot. You look at Drake London and Darnell Mooney, that's a great receiving room. Tyler Algier, Bijan, great running back duo. Kyle Pitts, yes, he hasn't had the best season since his rookie one, but I still have a lot of faith in him. The defense, look at them. AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates. That's a lethal duo in the secondary. We need to see Michael Penix play well. He saw flashes as in his rookie year, but we need to see more. We can't. Don't be another Bryce Young. Don't be what or one of these guys who we wait till like the very end where it's like this is do or die. Get it established early. Show that you're great. I'm a big fan of Michael Penix. I need to see him do good. I'm believing in him. I think the Falcons honestly could rival the Buccaneers if Michael Penix plays well enough. That's how confident I am in this roster. But for now, I have to go off of last season. Michael Penix, he doesn't blow me away yet. Down 2 spots. 22, we had the Seahawks going down 6 spots. I'm going to say it. Not a big fan of Sam Darnold. I think he's going to be a 1 year wonder with the Vikings. I don't think he's going to pan out in Seattle. I'll gladly say I'm wrong if he proves me otherwise. But I mean, looking at this team, look at the 5 players: DK and Tyler Lockett, 2 receivers, number 1 and number 3, both off the team. They have a good defensive duo in Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen. You see Kenneth Walker. If he's healthy, he's good. But will he be healthy? We don't know. They have a good backup, Zach Charbonnet. I think the Seahawks will be good because they've kind of been hovering around 500. They were 9-8 last year. They've been or 10-7, excuse me. They went 9-8 the year before. They kind of are established themselves as we are, a middle of the pack. Will Sam Darnold finally break through? Who knows? But as for now, I don't see it. I think they would have been better off keeping Geno. So yeah, not sold on them. 21, we have their division opponent. We have the Cardinals. Let me going down a spot. The Cardinals, a lot of players are going to have to take steps up. Marvin Harrison Jr., you were drafted 4th overall for a reason. We need to see you, take that step. We need to see you become a good receiver. We need to see Kyler Murray. He's consistently been a middle of the pack quarterback. We need to see him step up, potentially enter the top 10 conversation. Who knows? I really like Jonathan Gannon as a coach. I really like this Cardinals roster. I think they have what it takes to be a good team. We just need to see it. And at the moment, we haven't seen it. They have a pretty tough division, so they're going to have to be able to win those games. I think a lot of it's going to come down to coaching, and that's where Jonathan Gannon comes into play. So, come on, Cardinals. I drafted Kyler in fantasy. He better do well. Number 20, we have the Patriots. They're up 5 spots. This is them or the Jaguars, who I mean we'll literally talk about in a second. To be the most improved team. Drake May, he showed incredible promise at the end of his rookie season. And then you sign guys like Stephon Diggs. You drafted I can't remember who you drafted, but it was an O lineman, I believe. I think there's a good chance this team could sneak into the playoffs. I mentioned it before. Their division, besides the Bills, there's no competition. The Jets, they could be good. The Dolphins could be good. I'm not expecting either of them to be good. The Patriots are the team who I'm like, if there's going to be a team that's going to do well, the Patriots. Now, if I'm right, who knows? If I'm wrong, who knows? I'm sold on this team. I think they will sneak into the playoffs, or well, they'll have a really good record, and they'll be one of those teams like, wow, they finished with this record and didn't make it. Number 19, told you we talk about him in a sec. Up 10 spots, which is the most on this list this week. Jacksonville Jaguars. You draft Travis Hunter, 2nd overall. I mean, he can play receiver and corner at a pretty productive level. Brian Thomas, he showed a lot of flashes. I think he drafted pretty well. I think he did free agency. He didn't really do much, but I think that was honestly a smart idea. I really like the young guys on this team. This team on paper, I mean, they could. I seriously think the Texans are going to have to play way better than they have these past 2 seasons in order to win the division. I think the Jaguars and the Colts, if the Colts can play well, will be right there. The AFC West could become seriously from worst to first in like 3 years. So Jaguars, I mean, you look scary on paper. We got to see it. I'm very high on you guys. Number 18, we have the Bears up 8 spots. I'm starting to realize, they've been named offseason champs for a few years now. I need to see them play well in the field. Just because you sign a bunch of big names and you're like, oh, they draft well, they got these good signings, doesn't mean they're going to actually pan out. Ben Johnson, same thing as Aaron Glenn. Can he be well at the coaching level, or is he a coordinator? Caleb Williams, can he take that second year jump, or is he going to stay the same? Are we going to see Roma Dunze take that jump? Keenan Allen's no longer there, so it's going to be DJ Moore, Roma Dunze. We need to see that. They drafted Colson Loveland. I mean, they're pairing this offense to be lethal. That's what people thought would happen last year. Can we see the offense be good? We know their defense is scary. The Bears have always had scary defenses. Can the offense be scary? Only time will tell. But, I mean, they have a lot of promise. So, as a Packers fan, I am pretty scared right now. 17, we have San Francisco. Now, the thing with San Francisco is, can they stay healthy? Right? Obviously, they lost a lot of guys to the offseason for free agency. I'm not really that worried about that. The 49ers, they've been historic with Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch for, just managing to make these players who shouldn't pan out. I mean, look, I could name running backs and it take up one hand, maybe even two. And then, not to mention, you have a Mr. Irrelevant as a quarterback, your starting quarterback, and he looks good. Question is, can they stay healthy? That's been their big issue time and time again. Can they stay healthy? I'm not sold on it, but I mean, I have to base it off of right now. They are healthy, 17. But I mean, once we see a gameplay, I'm sure they'll, creep close to the top 10, probably even make it in the top 10. The 49ers are the same way every year. They missed the playoffs, they made the championship game. It's been a thing for like 5, 6 years now. So I'm sure this year will be no different. 16 going down 4 spots. We got the Steelers. Now the Steelers actually made some good moves. Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf. Two of those guys are old, but I mean they're big names. DK Metcalf. I mean it's DK Metcalf. I think he'll thrive there. Get rid of George Pickens. You don't really have a solid receiver two now in my eyes, but you have it's the Steelers. We know they're going to probably edge around 500. They've done that for years now. Will this finally be the year they go below 500? I think so. I think they'll probably go 8-9. And they'll either, like I said, go 8-9, or I think they will be a threat in the AFC. If all the pieces click, if Father Time, gives all these older guys a chance, sky's the limit for this team. So yeah, I have them at 16, middle of the pack. 15 are their division friend, the Bengals. We need to see the Bengals, right? We know their offense is good. They got the extensions done for Jamar, T. Higgins. They even literally just signed Noah Fant, and they extended Mike Gesicki. Chase Brown had a breakout year. We know Joe Burrow. It's the defense. We still haven't seen Trey Hendrickson get signed, but he sounds like he's going to be, at camp finally. We can't have the Bengals be scoring 30 points a game and not win. All right, we need to see the defense do something. We know how scary that offense is if they stay healthy. So that's their two big things. Joe Burrow needs to stay healthy, and the defense needs to honestly just play a bit better than they did last season. They went 9-8. I mean, they were one game out of a playoff, so we know they could be a playoff team. We just need to see, one of two, honestly. As long as Burrow stays healthy and the defense totally goes from slightly improves. One guy, playoffs. Number 14, we have the Texans of Houston. Yeah. They didn't make many moves. I think they feel like, oh, we're content with our team. I'm not so sold on that. A lot of the guys they drafted don't know how they're going to pan out. Jaden Higgins, I know people are hype about him. I don't see the vision. Nico Collins missed time last year. Tank Dell, he's already going to be out to start the season, potentially even more. I think this is going to be a down year for the Texans, and I don't think they can afford a down year. With that being said, a down year for them is at number 14 is still pretty good. But I guess if the Jaguars or Colts even play slightly better than how they have been, well, the Jaguars can play a lot better. They had picked number 2, originally number 5 for a reason. The Texans are in trouble. But for now, got judging by how they've been and how they look, they're 14. But I don't really see them moving very much higher. I don't see them breaking the top 10. Or if they do, it's going to be at 10. I don't see them getting single digits. Number 13, we have the Chargers. Yeah, they're staying the same. I think this is going to be honestly their year. Everything on their roster looks good. Their receiving core scares me a bit, but I mean, Quentin Johnston, I believe he will be a good receiver. He just has to stop dropping the ball. I think the Chargers, this is their best chance to dethrone Kansas City. Kansas City, they didn't make much additions. Probably going to be eyeing up, all these other opponents. Chargers, this is your chance, and I don't think you can blow it. But it's the Chargers, so they will. At number 12, we got the Cowboys. Now that they're fully healthy and back, they're up 6 spots. They did some good additions. Dak, he's going to be back. They got George Pickens, a good receiver too. They keep drafting O lineman named Tyler, so yeah. The only bad thing is we saw Washington take a big jump. We saw the Eagles win the Super Bowl. The NFC is starting to get more competitive, so the Cowboys are going to have to match that energy. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that off the get go. And this is going to go for pretty much every team. Week 1, week 2. A lot of times it's okay to drop it. I don't know if it's okay to lose one this time. I mean, if you are going to be a playoff team, you got to establish it. This is, I think, one of the most competitive NFL seasons we will see. I think this is finally going to be a year where it's like there are good teams, there are bad teams. We're not really going to see any teams who are in the middle. So, Cowboys, you gotta come out the gate swinging in order for me to be high on you. Number 11, we have the Vikings. They're going to be going down 2 spots. This is going to be the biggest what if. JJ McCarthy, we're going to need to see him play well. They did well with Sam Darnold. JJ McCarthy, you got to match the energy. They went 14-3 last year. You got big shoes to fill. You have top 2 receiver in the league. Jordan Addison, a great receiver too. Tyler, or Tyler, TJ Hawkinson, really good tight end. You got 2 good running backs, Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones. You have and a good O line. You have like the offense to succeed. You have Kevin O'Connell, one of the best head coaches in the league. You don't have a reason to fail. So if he can succeed, they'll be good. Plain and simple. They will be good. Like good, good. But we need to see him succeed. And at the moment, I'm not confident on him. I don't know how well he's going to play. We saw him get injured in the preseason. Could that be a potential concern? Maybe he has some injuries that keep lingering, or he keeps getting injured. We have to see him play. Number 10, we have Green Bay, my team. A lot of this is going to stem on the receiver room. We saw the receiver room, in year 1 with a lot of the guys. We thought, oh, great, we have like a good receiver group, a bunch of depth. Year 2, decline. Year 3 now. We need to see, these guys take a step up. Christian Watson probably not going to play immediately. That's okay. Romeo Dobbs, we don't know how well he's going to be. We know he has his issues. He's had concussion history. Just Jaden Reed, if we need to see him step up. Dontavian Wicks can't drop the ball. And then you drafted a guy, Matthew Golden. Will he start immediately? I hope so. I took him in fantasy. And then Savion Williams. We need to see this receiving room, you know, go off a year 1 and improve. We can't have them, taking a decline. We need to see guys establish themselves. This is no longer a committee. This is you have to earn your spot at the table. Everything else looks good. Their O line, their offense. If Jordan Love can stay healthy, he did get injured twice last year. That's a bit of concern. If this team can stay healthy, they'll be fine. If the receivers can, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's one guy or if it's all 6 of them. People need to establish themselves. It's no longer a committee. You got to earn your spot. Number 9, we had the Buccaneers. I actually like this team a lot. I think they will honestly be contending for the NFC like as a whole. Baker, I think it's going to take a huge step up. Bucky Irving is going to be solidify himself as running back 1. I think he will do great. Mike Evans, it's Mike Evans. They drafted a receiver in the first, Mika Ibuka. Chris Godwin might start the season injured. That's okay. K. and I like a lot. Then the defense. I mean, look at them. Not Tristan Wirfs, excuse me. Vita Vea, Antoine Winfield, Levante David. That's a pretty solid, group right there. Sky's the limit for the Buccaneers. I think they honestly could be contending for the NFC. Number 8, we have the Broncos. They're going to be going up 6 spots. I actually think the Broncos are better than Chargers. I know, obviously, because I ranked them higher. But I think Bo Nix will take an even bigger step. I mean, they extended Cortland Sutton. They signed a bunch of running backs, which was their big issue last year, was the lack of run game. They are desperately trying to establish it. The question is, are they good enough to contend in the AFC? Because the AFC, you got the Chiefs, you got the Bills, you got the Ravens. Those are the big three. I'm not quite sure they're at that level yet, but I definitely think they're in category two. Category for like the Bengals, the Texans, the Chargers. So, but I do think they are the best out of those. They have the most complete team. They have the best team out of them. Number 8. Number 7, we have the Rams staying the same. They just improved. I mean, going from Cooper Kupp to Devontae Adams is an upgrade in my opinion. Jared Verse, reigning defensive player of the year. Kyron Williams, hopefully he can, do well. The defense does scare me, more specifically the secondary. I'm not very confident in them. I think there's a good chance that they don't play very well. And I think that ultimately the Rams are going to take a bit of a step back. You look at them last year, they were like contending for like the NFC. They were by far the closest to beating the Eagles. They got knocked out in round 2. So with that being said, I think they're going to take a step back, but even then, I still think they'll be competing for the NFC. Number 6, we have the Lions staying the same. They lost a lot of guys. Both coordinators, that's probably going to hurt. But ultimately, they kept their main core together. You still got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jared Goff, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta. Aiden Hutchinson will be coming back. You got Penei Sewell. You should be good. You didn't even win a playoff game last year after finishing with the second best record in the league, number 1 in your conference. No excuse there. You have to do better than last year. Show us that you can win the games when it matters most. That's back-to-back years now. You've had disappointing exits. We need to see you, finally break through, or else I'm going to have doubts. Number 5, we have the Commanders. I mean, we saw how well they did last year. No one expected them to do anything, and all they did was get better. This is an obvious answer. I don't even need to talk about that. I'm going to move on. I would be disappointed if they did worse than last year. Sophomore slump cannot happen for Jane Daniels. You guys got to re-sign Terry McLaurin, though. There's no excuse. So, yeah, Commanders, sky's the limit. I think it's you and the Eagles. Who's going to win it? Number 4, we have the Bills. I'm not too sold on the Bills. I feel like a lot of them is going to come down to the defense. We know the offense is good. They even improved in it. Can the defense get it done? Answer? I don't know. I'm not too blown away with Joey Bosa at this point in his career. Maxwell Hairston looks like he's already suffering injuries. I don't even think he's going to be as good as people believe. So the defense definitely concerns me. And yeah, I mean, it's the Bills. They'll still be good. They'll definitely compete for the playoffs, compete for the AFC like they always do. I don't think this will be their year. Number 3 is the Ravens. I do believe this will be their year. I thought it last year. I think this year is going to, I mean, they are such a good, they do such a good job at retaining their talents that they need to win. Drafting to replace guys they lose, amazing. They keep doing that. We need to see Lamar win. He cannot keep, being, regular season MVP. That officially does not matter. We need to see him make it to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. That's really the only thing that matters at this point. We need to see him win. We haven't yet, but he has the team to do it. He's always had the team to do it. I think this is going to be, his best chance. Because at number 2, the Chiefs, I don't think they're going to be as good as they were. We saw them take a down year this year, and that down year still ended up being 15-2 in a Super Bowl appearance. I think they're going to take a down year, but they're the reigning AFC champs, so I would feel guilty if I didn't rank them top 2. I think Kelsey's going to regress. I know people are thinking he's washed. I think he'll still be, above average tight end, but I think he's gonna regress. I think this will be his last year. We need to see what happens with Rashee Rice. He looked like he was a really good receiver until he got injured. We need to see if he gets suspended or what may happen to him. This team, obviously, they're gonna be good. It's the Chiefs. As long as Mahomes is healthy, they're going to be good. So yeah, they're number 2. And obviously, the reigning champs, the Eagles, are going to be number 1. It's crazy. Their roster is still so stacked. Howie Roseman, round of applause, amazing GM. I don't necessarily know if they'll have the same success as last year's 14-3. I think the Commanders are going to be a much bigger threat to them this year than they were last. But I mean, they still won the Super Bowl. I still think they are going to be a top 3 team regardless of what happens. As long as they stay healthy, it's. I mean, they have a amazing team around them, and that is going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I'll see you guys next time with the preseason week 1/2. I know, like, it's complicated what they call it. I'm going to say week 1 predictions. I'm not doing more power rankings until the start of the regular season. So this is the only one you're going to get until the regular season. With that said, goodbye. Hope you enjoyed.